What's up and welcome back. The Havoc has dropped today. It's the new energy weapon that Respawn has brought to Apex Legends. I'm Backpack Barney, bringing you everything you need to know about Apex. Let's dive into it with this new weapon. It's a really fun gun. Okay, so it's an assault rifle, but you can also go different routes with it. It's one of the guns that is it's more multi-situational than most, because you have it as an assault rifle and you can put the devotion hop up on it that makes it fire at a more stable rate quicker. So essentially, you know what happens with the devotion, you put the hop up on it and then the devotion spins out shots at a much more stable and faster rate. You can use that same hop up with the Havoc. Essentially, you just start shooting faster. As an AR, the one downside to it is there is a little bit of a wind up. But the one thing that I like on it over the devotion is it doesn't shoot as fast and it's more accurate, so you don't waste that energy ammo right away. Now, one of the things that is a downside to the energy weapons that hopefully now that the Havoc is in Apex Legends, it doesn't happen as much, is people don't use them. And when people don't use them, there's not a lot of ammo laying around for them, so it's harder to get ammo for them. And for that reason, the devotion is rarely used because it just destroys its ammo quicker than any other gun. And the triple take, although it's a good weapon, it's a distance weapon, and you don't often, sometimes you go distance, and I'm sure when we see competitive players playing in a competitive lobby, at least one player will be the sniper, because it's good for the team to have one distance shooter. But right now, a lot of this stuff is aggressive, up in your face combat. That's where most of the players are going and they're going to engage you with. So when you take that triple take, it's not going to be as useful unless you're at a distance and your team's kind of working around that. But the Havoc tells a different story. And now that we have it there, more players are going to be carrying that energy ammo. So like I said, you can go with the devotion and you can get it for that up close and personal, and it works rather well. I recommend using a 1x sight. I like the single dot sight that you can get and equipping it for that. Now, on the other side of things, you can also equip it with the Prowler hop up, and this will change its fire to select fire. So you can go for that default assault rifle mode, or you can slip over to the single shot fire, and this is where it gets really fun, because when you're in the single shot fire, you charge up a shot and it does 55 damage to the body. So this weapon can go from being up close and personal to also being that distance fighter. Now, when you do get the Prowler hop up, I recommend you get the better sight, a longer distance sight for the Havoc, because in those scenarios you really want to have that distance. You really want to be able to zone in. When it goes to the single fire mode, it competes with weapons like the longbow and the triple take and things of that sort. So it's really good. Hits that 55 damage from distance, so very powerful to the body, even more so than the longbow. The downside here is, one, you have to charge up your shot, which is not too bad, but it is a thing where you get to charge up your shot and it takes a little bit. And two, you use 5 rounds per shot when you get the Prowler hop up and you switch your Havoc over to single fire. So you do eat through ammo a little bit faster. If 5 rounds per shot, you get 5 shots per magazine. That is not too many shots in a mag. One less, in fact, than the shotgun, which than the Peacekeeper. It slipped my mind for a second. So not too many shots there, but they do damage, and it's a good weapon, especially since you can load up when you get a triple take. You're at distance, and then up close, especially with the sight you have on it, you're feeling like, it's not as effective. But with this Havoc, you can shoot from a distance and then get up close and use your weapon again. So the only downside I see in general here is that it's a little bit harder to find energy ammo since it's a single weapon, the Havoc. I only found it off a player that I killed. I didn't find it actually, I may have found it off the ground, I'm not sure, but I've only played a few games and got it in one of the games and had a blast with it. We'll see how often you can grab it. It was a lot of fun to use, because I do sometimes like going that sniper mode where I can stay away from the fight. I don't have to worry about taking as much damage, and you can really dish it out at distance with this sucker. I mean, it really puts it out. 55 at the body, late game in this game, we ran into a guy with gold armor, no problem, shredded it off him with that Havoc. So overall, I'd say I give this gun a 4 out of 5. It's almost in that tier where like it's the wingman, you know, the Mastiff type area. The only reason I wouldn't give it 5 out of 5 is because of the energy ammo kind of lacking around the game. It doesn't drop in that many places. If there was more energy ammo, I'd say definitely go with it. And in my opinion, if you were going to go Devotion hop up or Prowler hop up, I would say it depends on how you want to play. It really depends on how you want to play, which is the nice part because it doesn't feel like one side is way better than the other. With the Devotion, you feel like you're really, really strong at close range. In the gun, it almost has no kickback, so you can really dish it out. And if your mouse tracking is on point, you're gonna have no problem just destroying your enemies. Then with the Prowler hop up, it's really fun because at distance, a 55 body shot really scares your opponent. It really throws them off. When you do 55, a quarter of someone's health, you just zap it away. If you're early game with that 55 body shot, one, if you hit someone without armor, they're out of the fight. But two, you hit someone with armor and they're seriously considering leaving the fight. So the nice thing about that is it's almost like a Prowler shotgun to the chest a Peacekeeper shotgun to the chest at distance. It really pushes players to either disengage and heal or be very injured throughout the rest of the fight and play more careful. That's something that's really nice when you use this gun at distance, how effective it can be in changing the fight. That's going to do it for this Havoc, guys. New weapon, respawn coming in, so clutch. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of this gameplay if you want to. Just want to say I'm so excited to start this journey. Apex Legends is feeling like such a good game right now, and Respawn's being so active in their reaching out to the community and seeing what they have to say, as well as just bombarding us with good content and hitting the check mark on every single box that's like, hey, this game's gonna last a long time. Super excited. Backpack Barney once again. Sub to the channel if you want to keep up to date with all that Apex Legends news. Thank you for stopping by. And if you don't enjoy the rest of this gameplay, until next time, we'll catch you later.
30 seconds left.
10 seconds to the ring. It's close at least.
Might be in that building. Yeah, he just closed the door in that building.
Heads up. The ring's moving. Follow the tunnel.
Go bamboozle.
Don't use this. It's gonna take you outside.
Set the portal. Shooter. Throwing arc star. They've laid traps.
Opening fire.
Reloading. They've laid traps.
Downed an enemy.
Traps.
Reloading. And they're hitting me. Reloading.
Taking shots. Reload.
1 second.
Don't go in there. There's a trap in there. Okay, I got the trap. Caustic just ulted.
Need to recharge my shields.
Recharging. We know where this guy is. I'm just gonna sit back and pop him.
We're close to the ring. 30 seconds left.
Here, I'm gonna bust this door open so we can throw nades in it.
Traps.
I'm taking some damage.
You killed the guy with the Mastiff, bro.
They've laid traps. You're being aimed at.
Nice, bro.